Governor, you talked about yourself as now being in the middle between Democrats and Republicans, but if you win this election as an independent, you'll need to caucus with the Democrats or Republicans. Which party will you caucus with?
I consistently tell people that I will caucus with the people of Florida, and what I mean by that is that if I have the honor of winning in the next 43 days, which I hope I will, then what I want to do is go to Washington and ask some very difficult questions of the Democrats and Republicans. For example, what do you plan to do over the next 2 years for the next Congress in order to improve job opportunities, in order to improve the economy, in order to protect Florida's environment, to have a national catastrophic fund for insurance in my state, things like that, and see what kind of answers you get back from both. And then make a decision either to caucus with one or the other or not at all. So, again, that's the beauty of going to Washington, again, if I have that privilege and the people are kind enough to let me, to say, I'm not, unlike my opponents, they're locked in. They've picked their team, or their team has picked them. And they don't have any choice once they get there. They have to either go with the R's or the D's, because that's where they are, by definition. As an independent from Florida, I would have the opportunity to do what I think is in the best interest of Florida and America, and get answers to these difficult questions, and evaluate who gives the best responses to them that would best benefit Orlando and Miami and Tampa and Jacksonville, and either work with one of the two of them, or say, neither of you have good answers, I'm going to not caucus with either, and do the very best that I can to work for the betterment of my people.
But not caucusing with either party, how would that affect your committee assignments?
Dramatically, yeah. But the committee assignments aren't the most important thing to me. And if you start falling into that argument, which is it's a not an argument without merit, I understand it, but you're falling into business as usual. And a lot of journalists, primarily in Washington, along with party regulars, say, well, you got to caucus with somebody. Well, no, you don't. You really do not. And they say, well, you'll be giving up a lot of opportunity. Not necessarily. A United States Senator still has the opportunity to propose legislation. You still have the opportunity to put a hold on a nominee if you deem it appropriate. You still have the opportunity to filibuster. There are many things you can do as one of 100 without necessarily saddling up with either of the two parties. But again, keeping those options open, I think, is very healthy for Florida.